Okay. So I just said to some of you not too long ago, I said, there's no reason for me to come back yet. I mean, seeing these articles that come out day after day after day, extreme articles about gaming, about gamers and everything. I'm like, why should I come back for this? This is garbage. You know what I mean? This is absolutely a joke. I shouldn't have to come back for this. And then I keep seeing more and more, and I have to ask the media. I had to get on here and ask the media. Media. I need to know, what drugs are you on, and why aren't you taking them? I'm just trying to figure this out, because the things that you've been saying, it really does make me go like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, look, all right, first off, before we even start all this, all right, about the whole violence and video games thing, let me say that, look, I don't want to make this a long video. I'm really hoping this isn't going to be a long video, but something tells me it's going to be, okay, because of things we need to talk about in this specific extreme. And you're going to see a number of extremes today. But let me say first, all right, that Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, Jesus Christ. Let me say thank you first. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Donald Trump. For those who don't know, because Donald Trump is so fucking stupid, all right, his stupidity has actually exposed a number of people who keep trying to do these hit pieces on the gaming community, all right? It's amazing to see. So let me say thank you for your stupidity, Donald Trump, okay? When you come out and you say that because of the tragedy that happened, as we know, the shooting thing, school shooting, very tragic stuff, you go and blame video games for the shooting. Because video games are too violent. Because we've heard this throughout the years that video games are mass murder simulators. Gamers, we've been called everything in the book, have we not? Have we not? They call us ISIS. We're sexist. We're racist. We're murderers. We're just about everything else they could. Now, mind you, before we even go this far, when I saw this, when he made this announcement and said this, I just said, oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is right out of the handbook. This really is when it comes to the political handbook, when it comes to blaming things. Look, all right, they've blamed throughout the years comic books, D&D, rap music, movies, video games, come back around, video games again, come back around again, video games again, because it's the popular medium at the time. Not once have I seen Rockstar take any heat for this, because as we know, and we've talked about this before, remember, the whole violence in video games thing didn't start until GTA, because Rockstar hired, or should we say Take-Two, hired a specific PR guy to get it out there to say that. So they threw this on the community. They threw this on the community to sell their product, okay? Before you know it, you had Fox News talk about violence in video games, and then all these other places talk about violence, MSNBC, and yeah. It's their fault. So every time you hear somebody do a hit piece about games being too violent and causing and turn them into mass murder simulators, whatever, you can blame them. Because they started all this. If you don't believe me, like I said, we've talked about this before, and if you want, go ahead and look it up yourself. Okay? They admitted they did this. So, with that said, that's who you should be looking at right now. You really should be pointing the finger out and be like, yeah, every time this comes up in history, it's going to be linked back to them. Okay? This controversy. And it's not really controversy, all right? But that's, how they try to sell it. It's how they try to market it. Because, if mom and dad don't like it, then clearly you rebellious kids will like it. That's how it worked. Okay? Now, with that said, like I said, I want to talk about this whole violence in video games thing. Y'all sent me this stuff and said, look what this idiot is saying online. Donald Trump, when he came out and said this. And he was like, video games are turning kids into monsters and blah, 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 blah. That's, well, it was like the teacher from Charlie Brown. It really was. And what did I reply on Twitter? I said, so what's your excuse? And I said, that's too easy to clap back. That's too easy. Here's the real reply to Donald Trump. And I said to him on Twitter, I was like, given the statistics that say that, video games do not cause violence in individuals, you are absolutely wrong. You really should do your research. But as we know, when it comes to studies, all right, for every study that you find that video games links to violence or bad behavior in individuals, you can find studies that says that it doesn't. All right? So, there you go. As far as I'm concerned, there's no connection. All right? You can pay anybody to go a certain way or a biased way if you want. However, with that said, Donald Trump actually believes that video games cause violent behavior in individuals. Now, since he said that, We have seen the SJW force, all right, the Justice League come out, all right, followed by Anita Sarkeesian and all these media outlets that have said time and time again to you people how bad you are, right? They're against Donald Trump now. They're saying, hey, he's wrong. And I'm like, wait a minute. Anita Sarkeesian, you spent your entire career is based off of video games are sexist. Video games, then mind you, remember, when she was watching the E3 for Doom, what did she say? She said that Doom is too violent, that games need to not be so violent. All right? Games across the board. All right? So now that Donald Trump agrees with you, you're upset. And then it's not just Anita. It's every media outlet that makes these type of hit pieces. Now they're upset. Now they're making these articles saying, well, video games don't really cause violence, blah, blah. No. You don't get to do that now. The only reason you're doing this is because you don't like Donald Trump, and you thought to yourselves, well, hey, we can't possibly have anything to agree on or anything in common. And Donald Trump's like, yeah, I actually agree with you on this one. He doesn't really agree. You have to understand that that's the blame game. That's what it is. It's politics, all right? You tried to play a little underhanded politics, and now he came over and literally just agreed with you, and now it makes you look bad. That's what it is, okay? That's what it is. And for those who don't believe me, that for over the years that, gaming outlets have tried to do this about violence in video games, here's some examples. Again, I'm trying to figure out when responsibility is going to come into play here, all right? Because for what we know with this kid who shot up the school, there were a number of red flags that were missed, all right, by authorities that this kid should have really been watched, all right? So for you to blame video games for being mass murder simulators, again, because over and over and over this keeps happening, I'm hoping that someone sees a pattern here. But for what I've seen either on YouTube or on Twitter or wherever, no one has really addressed it the way it's supposed to be addressed. So I will talk about that later. I will address it, okay? Because still you're being hustled. But we'll talk about that in a bit. You gotta be kidding me that we're still on this blame game thing where video games are the problem when it's actually the individual that's the problem. Now, of course, I've told you within the community that the community needs to take responsibility. And every time I say this, people in the community say, well, it's not our fault. You have to understand there's a difference between fault and responsibility. There's a difference. This has been explained for hell, Will Smith even did a video on this not too long ago. And everyone was like, yes. And I'm like, I just said the same fucking thing for years. And then, okay. Whatever. But man, look, let me tell you, all right, when it comes to violence, and like I said, we're going to talk about this, since, that's what this big thing is about, then explain to me how a person who's not playing video games can still be violent towards gamers who are playing video games. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, let's take a look at this girlfriend, this girlfriend who bought a samurai sword to try and kill her boyfriend because he played too many video games. Hold up. Why did you use there on the cover, though? Why you put 2B out there like that? Hold on. First off, all right. The story goes that this girl, she was in a relationship with this guy. He wasn't paying enough attention to her, okay? And that's what it is. He was too tired to do anything with her relationship-wise, even sexually, because he was too busy playing video games. Not to mention she found some type of dating app on his phone. Now, if the information I'm already giving you, if that is not enough to tell you that raises enough red flags, okay, that something needs to change within this relationship, has nothing to do with video games. Nothing! Okay? It's amazing how we're still going to blame video games. Okay? Now, with that said, I'm trying to figure this out, that this woman, okay, just didn't decide, because there's a number of avenues you can go here. Okay, maybe I should just go and just break up with him and find someone that'll pay me attention. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, there's a number of things that avenues you can go, but the avenue you chose to go with was buy a sword and go stab him. Look, people, all right, women need their medicine just like us men need our medicine. But you got to be kidding me that someone's going to go out and buy a sword to go and kill somebody because you're not getting what you need. That's a bunch of bullshit. All right, it is. If you're having so many problems in a relationship, you're checking his phone to see if he's got a dating app. He's playing too many video games, he's ignoring you. Well, then guess what? Something's got to change. Either y'all got to have a sit down and have a talk. If he's not willing to listen, then it's highway time. It's time to pack it up and find somebody who's right for you. You don't go and buy a fucking sword to kill somebody. That's just stupid. Why? Why? Because not once has it been said mental illness. Not once has it been said. But because he played too many video games are the highlight. You get what I'm saying? This is what happens when you play too many video games. And what did I tell you before? What did I tell you before? I told you everything in moderation. I've been saying it for years. Everything in moderation. If you have a girl and she's like, look, you know what I mean? We need to go and do something as a couple. Or something even intimate as a couple. And you like, nah, bitch, I'm sitting here playing Fortnite. There's something fucking wrong with you. There's something fucking wrong with you. You've become way too comfortable. That's the problem right there, all right? It's one thing if y'all both like games and everything. Yeah, it's all cool and all. But it's not the end-all, be-all. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's just extremes. And that's what you're going to see more of today. Because, again, GameStop, yeah, we're going to sit here. We're going to show you this. But, you know, or let's just say GameSpot, sorry. But, again, you've seen the violence go on. Now, let's talk about the sexism, shall we? Really? Really? This is where we're going. This is where we're... Okay, so she went from over-sexualized to iconic badass. When she had pixel boobs, she was still a badass. Who the hell... You're fighting dinosaurs, large spiders? I mean, pixel boobs. That's what we're arguing over now. Breast size. That's being over-sexualized as opposed to the fact that she could climb anywhere, she could dive anywhere. She was tough as fucking nails. But pixel boobs. That's what we're going to focus on throughout this entire history of Lara Croft. Up until now, because, of course, now, you know, the movie has come up. But as we know, the recent games that were good. I mean, you've got to be kidding me that this is what we're looking at. Pixel boobs, and we're just going to just ignore the story. We're going to ignore all the action. I mean, you think she was damn near an acrobat with 2 guns. That's what she was in the beginning. But we're going to ignore all that because pixel boobs. Because triangular pixel boobs. Okay. Okay. Oh, my God. Again. The drugs, where are they? Why aren't you taking them? But it gets worse. That's right. Now let's talk about Catherine. Are you serious? Oh my God. So let me get this straight. All right, the extremes that we're seeing here. Look, Vincent is a jerk. All right, he's a fucking jerk at Catherine. But sexist nightmare. Sexist nightmare. Come on. Look, first off, let's take this back. 6 years ago, you didn't give a shit about Catherine Media. Now that you've taken on this narrative, now it's a problem. How about this? It's just a game. It's just a game. Matter of fact, it's a puzzle game. It's a game. There's no agenda to it. One of the sexist... It's a game. It's a game. Why can't you just let it be? Instead, you just want to beat this horse till it's already in the ground. I mean, they've thrown dirt on it, and yet you're still hitting the dirt. I don't understand. Well, how far are you going to dig this show to the center of the earth? I don't understand why you feel as though this needs to be said. And at this point, it just feels like tears. You're looking, you're searching, you're reaching for something that is not there. I don't understand. So you want to talk about sexism? Fine. Let's talk about sexism then. Let's talk about the fucking losers over there at Tumblr who decided, hey, we're going to take imaginary people and we're just going to try and look around and try to find their fucking penis size. Quick thought here. Okay? They talk about taking out the violence in games because think of the children. They talk about the sexism that's going on. You know, this is having a negative impact on the kids growing up. They talk about the racism all the time when they're racist themselves, all right? We've seen that. And think of the children. And everything is think of the children. But if you notice, in that screenshot, there is not a lewd search at all. No, these are companies who are actively putting this out in the forefront. So, for you say to think of the children, then you write an article like this. It comes right up for the children. Do you understand that? This hypocrisy. Again, it makes no sense. Again, what drugs are you... Why aren't y'all taking y'all drugs? Why aren't y'all taking y'all medication? I'm just trying to figure this out. Like I said, they take this and they try and run with it. First off, I don't know why you would try and figure out an imaginary character's penis size anyway. You don't got shit else better to do? That's what y'all do on the internet. Sit around and think about penis sizes. That's what y'all do. Huh? What the fuck wrong with y'all? But the people who think of this stuff, and we've seen other YouTubers do it, those are the ones who are celebrating. I don't get it. How can you be a champion of justice and then turn around and say, hey, I want to know what Mario or Luigi's dick size is? What? Wait, what? To me, like, what? Like, I just feel as though a lot of these people, and this is a good example of when I say that people are hypocrites, people are frauds. You have to realize what these people are doing. They will do anything, I mean anything, for clicks, for views, and we will get on that later. All right, like I said, I'm going to talk about that. They will do anything to stay in the limelight, to get you to pay attention to them, and to show you how extreme. Like I said, if you haven't seen enough extremes, here's even more extreme. That's right. Let's talk about Monster Hunter real quick, because apparently, you know, this has to do with animal abuse. Animal abuse. I believe that's what it is. Questionable treatment of animals. Monster Hunter. Okay, alright, okay. First off, let me say it's full of shit. Okay, I'm sure we know that. But, let's start with the pig that you could pet. I guess we can start with that. How about the pets that you could collect to give them a nice home in your home as a hunter, to give them a safe haven so they can walk around or they can fish in the water and stuff like that? I guess that can be overlooked. If you're talking about the palicos that go on hunts with you, they're your partners. They hunt, they fight, they attack. You have to expect them to be hit. They're your assistants. Assistants are going to get hit. It happens. Just like hunters who join you on your hunts get hit. It's not like you're sending these guys out there on suicide missions. All right? Oh, there's a big monster. Why don't you go take it on? I'll just sit back here and laugh. That's not how it works. Okay? So the questionable treatment of animals, what? Like, I don't understand what it's like. When you reach so far into the abyss, you can't come back from it. I'm just sitting here like the Monopoly dude, like I'm just like, what's wrong here? Like, I just don't understand. I don't. I'm just, God. For me, look, first off, congratulations, Capcom. Congratulations for Monster Hunter being, you know, the best-selling game. It's a great game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't understand any of this. I don't. I just don't. You know what I mean? Why you have to come up with such lies to try and hamper a product that's actually doing right by its consumer base. There's no BS with that product, really. It's really not much. I mean, unless you're paying X amount of dollars for some emotes, which I have a problem with that, but, I mean, that's the only thing. Other than that, all the DLC you're getting is free. They're doing right by it. This is actually a product that's doing right by, you know, its community, and you still try and find problems with it. There's no problem. All right? If you know the story, if you know what these monsters are doing, look, if you don't protect the village, guess what? All y'all dead. It's that simple. All right? It's that simple. Well, you got to keep killing them over and over again so that, you know, so you can get armor. Yeah, because guess what? Bigger monsters are going to appear, tougher monsters are going to appear, and you need to defend yourself. You think level 1 armor is going to be able to take on a level 100 monster? Hell no. And I'm just saying as an example. So yeah, you gotta fight monsters to get better equipment. so that you can be better prepared, so that you can defend the rest of the lives that's around you. It's amazing how people just overlooked it. Oh, wait, they don't overlook it. They just don't play the fucking game. That's all it is. That's all. Speaking of games, like I said, you've seen all these extremes. All right? But I have one more extreme for you. That's right. For those who do not know. All right? And this has to do with our community. As you notice, most of this video has been about media. It hasn't been really about our community. However, our community has a problem when it comes to extremes as well. We know this. All right? Like I said, you just saw this not too long ago. You know, Luigi's dick size. The media just didn't come out with that. No. The community did that for some stupid fucking reason. But whatever the case may be. All right? We saw not too long ago the announcements with the Nintendo Switch. Right? And we saw people go crazy. And I have to talk about this because then I asked everybody, do you feel as though the Nintendo Switch is the best portable, you know, possibly the best portable that we'll ever see? Now, of course, I gave a number of options because, as we know, it's not just a portable. But that was one of the options. So it's not like I was just being completely ignorant and just calling it a portable. But that's pretty much what people play it as, you know what I mean? So this was the poll for the Nintendo Switch. So as you can see there, I felt as though the options I've given people were pretty fair. You know, yes, no, it's too soon to say, or simply it's just not a portable. You know, it's not just a portable. Not only a portable. I felt as though those options were very fair. Now, a number of you had sounded off on this issue and was very upset that everyone is just freaking out because of what we saw with Smash. You know what? Let me talk about this for a minute. Let me, like I said, the extremes that I've seen. When Nintendo announced Smash, okay, for the Switch, we saw a number of grown men act a fool, okay? We saw men freak out. We saw men crying. We saw men throwing things out of excitement. I have never seen such fake excitement in my life. And I say this due to the fact that, understandably, same thing when people get outraged. Fake outrage, fake excitement. Why are you breaking things because you're excited that something was announced? A game was announced. It's one thing, I want anyone to say, hey, why can't you just let people be happy? It's not about being happy. It's not about that. I saw people who were genuinely happy. I saw that, you know? But people who take it to such an extreme for views. And that's why I want to talk about the end of this, all right? Because again, those people who go to those extremes, I have to say the same thing to you that I said to the media, all right? Your drugs, why aren't you taking them? I'm just wondering. At this point, you need to be medicated. I put it like this. Gamers, if you haven't realized how much hustle is going on in your community, okay? I say this due to the fact that in geek culture in general, whether it's D&D, comic books, movie, trivia, video games, whatever, if you have not realized, all right, at this point, that the only time you get any type of positive traction is because these places, these media outlets, these companies or whatever, is because they've found a way to make money off of you, to profit off of you. Whether it's, again, straight up money, clicks, likes, views, monetization, whatever the case may be, okay? Cons, whatever. I can't tell you how many times I've seen commercials, get your geek going. All right, or you should be here at this Geek Fest, or whatever, like I said, whatever they want to call their shit these days when they want you to come out and support them, okay? You have to realize that you're being used. And the community has never been used to this extent, like I said, started quite a couple years ago. But they've never addressed it the way it needs to be addressed. You have people in this community, and we just saw not too long ago, trying to set up gambling rings, you know what I mean, and try to get you for your money. But yet they're allowed to stay. Where is the attitude, when you put your foot down and say, no, we've had enough? Where's that at? I'm wondering, if I come out here and say something bad about somebody, or said product, I don't like this game, but you like it, then you'll bring your army. The army comes in. You'll bring your army. Now, come on, guys. Come on. We can take care of this, and we'll just slander the shit out of them. That's what you do. But when it comes to something like this, when you see the broader scope of things, and you see how they'll be okay with you for a while, oh, yeah, because we can make money off of you, then something bad happened, you know what? Fuck video games. You're the leading cause of why people are dying. Come on. Come on. Seriously. Like, if you don't understand how much they use you, how much they pimp you out, because that's what they're doing right now. They're pimping you. All right? They use you for a certain thing, and then they discard you. And then when they come back, hey, baby, you know, I still got love for you, right? Come on back. Pimp you out some more. That's what's going on. And the community don't seem to realize that. And understandable, there's a lot of people that have their hands out, sitting, I'll take the money, I'll take the money. We've got grown men who have decided to try and make a career off of pimping you out. Players who don't have shit to, don't have shit to go on. This is all they have. So now they gotta try and get in good with companies. So what do? They use you to get to where they need to go. Do you understand this? And everything I'm telling you, it's happened. You've seen it happen right in front of your face. And yet, for some reason, no one has said, I've seen enough. This is not what gaming is about. Why is that? Y'all wonder why I took a break. I'm like, come on, this is bullshit. Because no matter what happens, and y'all said on Twitter too, y'all said every day, it's the same shit that happens over and over and over again. I don't blame you for not coming back just yet. There's no point. It's the same shit. Nobody learns from these situations. Nobody learns from these hustles. And then you expect me to get on here week after week just to tell you the same shit? And everyone's just like, yeah, well, that's just the way it is, I guess. No, it's not the way it is. You choose to make it the way, to turn the blind eye. You choose to. I forgot, I'm not popular enough to say this shit, though, right? You're a bad person for this. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But you have to understand, at the end of the day, that, like I said, I keep telling y'all, play your games, have your fun, but understand when you're being hustled. Understand who's on your side. Understand every person, we're going to have this giveaway. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. They don't give a shit about the community. They doing that so that you keep following. Because make sure that you follow an RT in order to be part of this sweepstakes. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. Like, this shit I'm talking about. It's all a hustle. It's all marketing. It's all trying to coerce you into something that they feel they can get ahead, but you just stay stagnant. Have you realized that? Because most gamers stay stagnant. They don't go anywhere. There's no growth. There's not a growth at all. The only people that are making out on this are the people trying to hustle you. And like I said, low-grade hustle. Low-grade. Well, if you donate to my Patreon, I can give you even more content. Maybe I'll sign this flyer for you if you donate to my Patreon. Everyone thinks they're a fucking star these days, man. And they haven't done shit to be a star. Have you realized that? Haven't done shit. But they think they stars. Man, please. Like I said, this shit is just, for me, I'm sitting there, I'm just a guy in a chair telling you how it is. You get mad at me for telling how it is, so what? Hell, I get people get mad at me for not saying anything. So, hey, it is what it is. You didn't make a video, I'm mad at you. Okay. You made a video, I'm mad at you. Okay. What do you think I'm going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to make one. I'm just going to go about my business. You know what I'm saying? But after this week and I saw this, I'm just like, nah. Okay, let's say something. Let's say something. You know what I mean? Like, think about every time, every day you see these fools get on the internet and they say something completely stupid. Sometimes, and you saw it last time, just for reaction purposes. Just to get attention. We know what bait is, but there's a different level of bait going on at this point. Now that you have the president coming out, really, and it's like, I want to have a meeting with, video game companies, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, that's not going to go well. That's not going to solve anything. That's you know what that is? That's smoke and mirrors to shut everyone up who keeps saying that it's a video game's fault. That's what that is. To make it look like he's doing something. Not doing shit. Nothing will change. I guarantee you, nothing will change within violence in video games. Guaranteed. But you've got to be kidding me that we entertain this circus. Because that's what it is right now. It's not about playing video games anymore. It's about finding an agenda, trying to make it big, and sustaining that relevancy, which for some reason, for me, tells me, if anything, the people who do this, who do it for that reason alone, they don't have shit going on in their lives. They don't have shit. So when you hear me every once in a while, I'll say, yeah, that's why you don't get no respect in your neighborhood when you go outside. That's the indicator. That's just a little tip of the hat. Every time. You've got to be kidding me that this is what our community has to keep going through time and time and time again. The Jack Thompson phase, the Near Sarkeesian phase, the Leland Yee phase until you found out he was peddling guns and shit. Real violence. But it seems like, and mind you, he was backing Anita. I don't understand. It almost still feels like these people are bulletproof. And the only reason they're bulletproof is because we let them get away with it. Not enough people speak out about it. Not enough people put their foot down and say, okay, I've had enough. I'm done with this. Let's do something about it. But no. That's not enough. It will take, and I understand that people are so used to being thrown, this community, they're so used to being thrown under the bus. I get it. But it doesn't mean you have to tolerate it. No, you don't have to tolerate it. You just choose to tolerate it. Each and every piece of this, you choose to tolerate. When a company makes a move and you're like, yeah, well, that's just how it is these days, you're choosing to tolerate it. It doesn't mean that it has to be done. And these players who want to act like they're your friends, they're not really your friends. They're not your friends. All right? They're not. They just use you to get ahead. To get ahead. We've seen this time and time again. People purposely being nice to others just to, not to get in, in the red zone with them. So that, there won't be any backlash. It's ridiculous, man. Say what you feel, to these people who are really, look at it for what it is. How you're being hustled. How they're using your community to get ahead. It's just sad to watch. It just is. It's sad to watch, but at this point, like I said, I'm just sitting back like, y'all can't be that stupid. Oh, shit, y'all really are that stupid. Like, when it comes to the media. And I'm watching, I'm thinking, okay, well, someone's been calling on them. I go into the thread, and I see it, and I'm like, yep, they're calling on them. But then they'll put out another article, and then people will forget about the older article. And they'll go after them for that one. And it's like, okay, but you have to understand, now the grand scheme of it all is, well, it doesn't matter if we're loved or if we're hated, you're still giving us the attention that we want. That's what it is. We've seen so many writers flip-flop on, what they believe in. Because they don't believe in the shit. They're riding trends. That's what they do. They're no different than your meme of the day. All right? They're no different. They're not being genuine with you. Why support people who are not genuine? And I'm not just talking about, well, he has a likable personality on camera. That's because he has a likable personality doesn't mean that he's genuine or she's genuine. You know what I mean? People. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm done. Like I said, I didn't want it to be too too long, but it seems like it's going on pretty long. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe until next time. I don't know when next time will be. Don't know. We'll see what pops up. I'll talk to you then. I'm out.